I thought I had seen a picture. So. That's the face I remember. I hope her soul's at peace. Please. Yes. I'm so sorry, Jess. I'm so sorry. You trusted my mom, you trusted me, we put you in just a bad place. I'm so sorry. I'm sure there's a part of me that thought I would protect you. I feel it.
Hi, Mom. What are you doing, Sally? What are you doing? Christopher, robots in the school. I'm not talking anymore. Mom, I need to get to this movies. 2 hours sleep. I just we were piggy bag on the piggy bag. That's piggy bag, right? Piggy bag. Whoa.
My entire
I gotta do a piggy bag right.
of what happened is just mud now. It's just chaos. I mean, I know that my mother's not innocent in this whole mess. It was such a confusing time. Such a confusing time. I didn't know really what to believe. I thought that she was taken over by this man. That's what I used to believe in my head. And it wasn't her. That was the murderer. I believe she was taken advantage of. I'm always going to be wondering why. Always.
Christopher, what are you
I
doing?
really,
Robotics is bad, nice, technical intelligence.
Still to this day, wish I
What
did something.
got to add baby
I wish I did
on
something.
our actress? And then
I
people
ask for
in the
forgiveness every
past
night.
2 minutes.
Every night.
No. Me? No. Cat. No. Cat? No. Cat? No. 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 That's it. I'm tired with it. Mom, I hate that. Right. What are you doing?
This is
Aaron, my
one
butt's
of
a good
my favorite
brother.
pictures of my mom.
That's not bad.
She does
Why
look
be
happy looking.
afraid?
This is her best picture. Just so happens it's in the worst place. And the worst time. She looks pretty okay for having somebody almost dead in the apartment. Yeah, when I think about that, it's hard. I feel numb. There was torture in this house.
Why is making
I know she did everything wrong. I know it. But I still love her. It's my mama.
How? What is that fucking Mr. Christopher? Why are you fired at sick? You're not fired.
This is a picture of my mom about 10 years old in her house at Christmas time. She seemed happy here, didn't she? But my mom's upbringing was a hard one. She just didn't feel very loved.
I was a lucky
Her parents used to tell her that she was ugly.
Good brother
She
of
never
iron
laughed
in my
anything.
butt. Yes,
My
I need.
mom
I get iron in my butt safe.
was just
And
always
we're
searching
on
for
the
love
end and the
because she
robotics
didn't get it from her
and
parents.
we're all talking about. I just like you do jerk. Me.
My mom was raped when she was in her early 20s. She was going to get an abortion, but decided, not to. She decided she wanted to keep me. She was so needing something to love and love her back they took her
Diarrhea,
to a
boy.
bad place.
So
I mean,
far.
in the end,
But,
it was the worst place.
diarrhea. You're telling me realize 24 hours. And no reason to robot Christopher. Get away from my school.
Before any of this happened, my mom was a single mom trying to raise me
Boy,
as best
I
as she could.
ideas.
My mom never laid a hand on me, ever, even though I was a raw child.
Good morning. Oh, God, what the hell are you doing
What
here?
are you doing
From
here?
what I remember,
Worry
my
about
mom's
this
old
time,
friend would
bitch.
have been Mary. I would say nasty things to Mary all the time.
Just ignore her. Come have some breakfast with us.
The game is over.
My mom would say, "Oh, she's
You
just a
look like
kid." She didn't tell me, "Don't speak that way to people. Don't do this. Don't do that." It was more like,
Dude, stop
"It's all right.
crying.
It's not that bad."
Do that.
She never reprimanded
Drowning
me.
me? But
If she would have given me rules
at 911,
or
I can throw
punishment,
in
I may
drowning
have
trash
been mad at her.
and
And I think that's the last thing she wanted,
and I can
was
do
for
talk
me
to
to
me.
be mad at her.
Don't say it.
She just wanted me to love her. She was looking for love in every way she could. She went crazy because of it, because of her need for that love.
Right. Why am I finding the robotic kids tomorrow? Why are the doctors trying? Outward, you twirl out of the way. Wait for downwheel to
I
tuck
lived
your
in a community where there were a lot of single
That's
parents, so it
really
really wasn't
high.
out of the ordinary
Outward you
for
again.
there not to be a dad in the picture.
Yeah, I can't
I remember I was 9 years old and we were watching TV, my mother and I, and I turned around and I said to my mom, "Who's my dad?"
That's him.
And Billy Joel was on TV, and she said, "Who's your dad?"
Right.
and I
Go
said,
back
"He's
to
my dad."
robotics tomorrow.
And she said, "Yeah, that's why you can sing."
Are you serious?
She said when she was younger that she had an affair with Billy Joel, which resulted in me.
What happened to robotics?
This is fantastic.
This is amazing.
My mom even said that Billy Joel's hit song Big Shot was about her. She was like, "Don't tell anybody." And I was like, "Okay."
People treat you differently.
I believed what my mom said. I wouldn't have thought twice. If she says it's a secret, then it's a secret. Billy Joel obviously wasn't my father. My mom was very good at creating fantasy worlds. I think her making that fantasy world is just a way of, feeling loved, feeling included, and, making me feel special all at once.
What the fuck is cows? What the fuck cow? What cow? What cow? Any cows?
When I was 11, we had a great group of neighborhood friends. Our house was the type of house that everybody came over. I can remember standing around the kitchen table, all my friends around the table, and us singing songs to the top of our lungs, just screaming songs out. It was just so fun. Anybody was always welcome to stay at our house. Teresa had no parents at all. She did have an elderly grandma. My mom, she saw that Teresa didn't have a loving family, a loving home, and she wanted to give that to her. Harriet was staying with us. Her parents had issues or what have you, and she wanted to give Harriet a loving home. My friend Lewis had a great family. Lewis didn't come from a broken family at all. That's the summer that I met Ricky. I was 11, and he was 14. He's very good looking, looked like a grown man. I do remember saying to her, "Mom, we're in love." We dated for a little bit, and all of a sudden he was getting very, "I don't want you to do this," very controlling.
What's your problem?
You're acting like a child.
And I was like, "Well, that's not happening." So we got into a fight. He broke up with me. Fine, who cares? I was out hanging with my friends. A lot of these kids would come by us because their parents were strict or what have you. My mom was always like welcoming. She would scoop them up and put them under her wing. I know she loved that.
What
She
are you
loved
thinking?
being a mom. She really did. And she was super, super caring until she wasn't.
So I want to ask you a question that I think might be hard to hear.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't you
There were some reports that your mom's intentions were not necessarily pure. That it wasn't just to have the kids over. That she was kind of luring them.
I know a lot of people thought that my mom was grooming these children, but she absolutely was not. She wanted me to be the happiest person that I could be, and I can see where if you didn't know her past, I could see where you could say that she was grooming these kids, but this is just who she was. And then she met Ricky, and something changed. A switch went off, and these poor
Good,
kids
that's it. You
were
fingering
in
on George's tablet?
How horrible for you to trust somebody and love somebody so much, and they take that trust and love and just use it against you.
Nice
It's
to
just
that distance, Mr. Christopher
that's
Robot.
evil.
What are you going to talk about? I can do it what you say. I can hold get it 24 hours and the consequences and then what again?
Judge Beauty is back.
What
Beauty fades. Dumb is forever.
His boss was overspending on beauty.
She's wasting company
What the
funds.
fuck?
$92 on foundation. I just wanted to look glowing.
That stuff isn't even cruelty free.
And
I find you guilty and sentence you to $14 glowy skin.
Your Honor, in my humble opinion, that is more of a reward.
And my humble opinion, you're a putz.
Judge Beauty serves eyes, lips, facts.
In Elf we trust.
Good. That's that little girl's sister. I'm worried talking about. I say go to sleep. Yeah, you're not.
We deserve a real
I say
king.
fucking sleep.
Because
Why
if he
call you
can't protect his own family, how is he
Stop
supposed
playing.
to protect
Stop
us?
fucking the yard like that.
Papa Man's gonna taste blood. The old ways aren't gonna help us anymore. I'm gonna do this myself.
Good. You're fucking bad. I'm not.
What's your muscle say?
We go up our cut. I'll work. Victoria, why are you doing the round of the kidder? I don't know. You're kick that. Take that down.
First ever waterfront home renovation
I
showdown.
think the bull ass
All
hour.
star teams are back. And we're out for
You're a baby.
redemption. New season, new challenges. This is beautiful.
4 identical properties, and we're taking on every room in the house.
It's time to sink or swim. Rock the Block. Stream now on Discovery Plus.
Good night, guys. What the hell? I'm right here. You're right. I'm dryer.
This is the greatest thing I've
Shiny?
ever done in my life.
I'll be right back.
Waiting for this day for so long.
It's the season of love.
You don't get no better than this.
The original love story, 90 Day
Watch
Fiancé,
what shape.
now streaming on Discovery Plus.
Christopher Robot. How many times is the Christopher?
My mom was pretty great. I know I keep saying that, but to this day, I'm not sure what switch went off. She was wonderful, and then she was not.
You're
Like
talking
overnight.
about me.
When Ricky came along, everything changed.
Well, the kids are a kid.
Ricky started sleeping over on the couch.
Still not.
He ran away from home, which was maybe 6 blocks away.
What are you doing?
There's another, bird with a broken wing who needs, a place to stay.
What do you got? We'll do the reservations. They're right. Well, it's not scaring me in 45 minutes. I
Eventually,
go again
Ricky
homework.
moved into the room with
Please.
my mom. My mom had told me it was because the couch was very uncomfortable. I was young, so I'm not even sure that I was aware that a relationship was happening, even at that point. If you ask me my feelings on it, normally you'd think that I'd lose my mind. Oh my God, my boyfriend is going with my mom.
Pretty good
I didn't feel that
Christopher
way.
Robot School. Why are not tonight? This is not gonna expect.
I'm not
No,
sure
honey, now
if
get
I
out there.
ever
No, we
wanted
to
to know
Now you're not
about their
talking
relationship. I don't know how that happened at all.
about
It just all of a sudden was happening.
Mom.
So this is your mother speaking to detectives about essentially how she was able to start the relationship that she was having with Ricky. She got him into her bed by saying that she suffered from the epilepsy. He began sleeping with her to help her if she got one of these spells. She was attracted to the young man sexually, and she told him this. And that at first he resisted her advances, but then she made the statement to him, well, I have my needs, and if they can't be met, then I have to go somewhere else. And rather than her go somewhere else, they began to have sexual relations.
I don't know what to think about this.
I'm gonna eat cereal.
You could just leave. Go home.
I'm gonna eat cereal.
Go home.
I think that it looked very much to you
Good morning,
like he
Christopher.
was initiating. And when I read this,
Mr.
it said to
Christopher
me
has
that I'm not sure he did.
But he felt pressured.
Ah,
I can see where you can be threatened, I guess, into having sex with somebody. But this is all really weird. Ricky had very loving parents who cared about him. The parents were looking for him. That's the problem that keeps me from believing this fully. Being
well,
there,
I can see
you
Christopher.
cared,
What the
really.
fucking Cory?
But I should have said something. Maybe she would have thought twice.
What
Maybe
the
she
fucking
would
people
have
are?
broken
Well,
up with this
I
man or gotten rid of this guy. And
This kid, he was
yeah, he was a kid. Yeah. I'd be sitting just at the kitchen table and the phone would ring and my mother would pick it up. She'd listen.
Hello?
Okay, I understand. Hang up the phone and then say, Billy called. Everybody in the house believed that the phone call was from Billy
Mom,
Joel.
they got coffee.
My mom said that Billy called because things needed to be taken care of. Billy
Why?
was a mob boss. He was in the mob.
Why? What are you doing it?
My mom would get instructions from Billy to tell
That's a property.
us who had chores.
Operated. Sit down now. Mr. Fry.
I didn't have any chores.
Teresa, you're in the bathroom.
Harriet, you're doing the dusting. Billy didn't say you had to do anything.
I am out the door. I'm just gonna go play with my friends.
What are you doing?
If they didn't do the chores correctly or in a certain time frame, Ricky was to enforce the beating. She was so convincing that it was hard not to believe what she was saying. Later on, I found out about her little tricks from working at the phone company, and she would make that phone ring. There wasn't anybody on the end of that line. She was making this person up to everybody else. Why?
Shut.
Alright, woke up.
Get your
There's
head
definitely
going.
a lot that went on in that house that I was not aware of.
What?
That was all behind closed doors. What these punishments were and what have you.
This is Ricky. He's on the stand, and the prosecutor speaking with him. How often did these phone calls come into the house from this point on? A couple of times a day, every time, like a chore or punishment went on. He told me to go into Tammy's bedroom, and I would find something to do the punishment with. So I did, and I found it back.
I don't think I knew what
Well,
these chores were that they had to do.
Best friend. What?
So I just,
That word you get right now.
I guess I feel like I removed myself each time that phone call would happen.
You hungry?
It was like, I could go and come, whenever I pleased. So to be honest, I hate to say it, but that's what it was. I was just selfish, and there was no empathy in me at that time. I was just a selfish little girl, only worried about myself. If it didn't involve me, then I'm out. I'm leaving.